One of the prettiest islands in the Pacific is only an hour's flight away. Unlike the magical island of Bali Hai in the movie South Pacific, Kosrae is the real thing. Located all by itself on the eastern edge of the Federated States of Micronesia, Kosrae is the kind of place people imagine when they think of the Central and South Pacific. They call it the Jewel of Micronesia. Jeff Rasho and his wife Kenye operate the Kosrae Nautilus Resort. Jeff is an Australian who moved here 10 years ago. Initially he worked as an auto mechanic, but then decided he'd rather run his own resort. People from all over the world have stopped by, but he's the first to admit that the geographical remoteness of Kosrae can be a challenge for a man in the hotel business.
If I want to be rich, this is not the place to be. But for a lifestyle, you can't beat it. You get up in the morning, you can look at the ocean. It's blue, it's calm, the skies are usually clear. We do have a little bit of rain, but the people here are just so super friendly. If you speak to them in English and they're a little bit shy, you'll still get huge big smiles. They have teeth like piano keys. They're just so bright and white, it's just wonderful. Even if they don't understand you, they still have a big smile. And the ones that do will start to talk to you. And once you've been here and stayed here for a couple of days, then like everybody else here on the island, they'll treat you like family. So anybody that comes to the island is automatically family after a couple of days. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with the place, and that's why I'm here.
Only about 25% of the population are employed, mostly by the government. The remaining 75% contribute by fishing and farming.
So the ones that do have a job, they pool their money. They're the ones who buy the rice and the chicken and nice things from the store. And the other guys who go fishing, they supply the fish for food. And the other guys who go farming, they have the taro and the breadfruit. And then everything gets pooled together, and family consists of mother, father, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, all living in one major family compound, and everybody sort of gets to eat at the same time. You have one central cookhouse, which is normally outside, and from there it's just community effort. So if you're walking past a house, walking through the village, and it's around food time, whether it be breakfast, lunch or dinner, you'll always hear the famous thing, Wharamongo, which means come and eat.
Kwajalein residents Malcolm Gowans and Paul Hayslip recently spent 5 days on Kosrae. This was the second time for Gowans, who also brought his family.
The first time we came to Kosrae, we didn't do much. We basically played board games and sat by the pool at the hotel that we were staying at. This time around, we decided we were going to do some stuff. We were going to explore the island a little bit more and get out and meet and greet the people and take in a little bit of the culture. We basically decided to rent a car for this one day, and we drove up down the roads, and the scenery was stunning. It was also almost like being in National Geographic. We traveled down this road to a point where the road just became dirt. It wasn't paved. We continued to drive down this road almost until the road ended. So we stopped the car by a stream, and we decided to take a little trek to see where it would take us. We decided to basically get our feet wet, and we walked up the gorge. We finally came to a beautiful, stunning waterfall, and we basically hung out there for a good hour. We found the people to be extremely friendly. They always smiled and waved when we were passing, and along the way there was some local Kosraeans trying to remove this massive log from one of their streams, and they were using just a clothesline, and there was one person in the water, and there was 5 or 6 people trying to pull this log out of the water. So we decided to go down and give them a hand, and they were very thankful for that. The Nautilus Resort, the place where we stay, offer kayaks for rent. It's basically situated in a mangrove swamp, or right next to a mangrove swamp. They offer kayaks, again, to rent, and Paul and I decided to take a couple of these kayaks out and explore the mangrove forest. It was absolutely beautiful.
Kosrae even has its own version of Pohnpei's Nan Madol. They're called the Leilu Ruins, and they are all that is left of what was once a magnificent and powerful royal city. In fact, in the 17th century, it is believed that warriors from here invaded Pohnpei and conquered the rulers of Nan Madol. The Leilu Ruins are located near a present-day village, but when you actually step inside its volcanic walls, the centuries roll back, and it feels like the kind of place you might have hiked hours through dense jungle to find. For many visitors, Kosrae is all about boating and diving.
There is just wall-to-wall coral for 42 miles. There is no dead coral. Everything is so healthy that you could spend, like I've been here 10 years already now, and I still haven't seen all of it underwater. Tropical fish abundance. For people who like pelagics, there's sharks, there's eagle rays, there's turtles. For those who are into macro photography, for instance, the small tropicals hanging around the coral heads, you could spend an hour bottom time and you only have to go 30 feet. You could just use up your whole tank in 30 feet and see so many different things underwater. It's just, it's a wonderland. We have some divers just leaving today, and this is their third trip to Kosrae because they like it so much. Up in the mountains, if you feel very energetic, there's some local guys here that will take you up pig hunting Kosraean style. Right, they have a couple of dogs that'll pull the pigs down and you walk up to them with a machete. A little bit gruesome, but and then the hardest part is carrying the pig back down the mountain. They'll cook it up in the underground oven for you, have a big feast, probably local style, local family style, join in with them. At the end of the day, you're very tired, you've had a big feed, but you've also had a great day out.
You don't have to look very hard on Kosrae to find a church. Christianity has played an important role here since the mid-1800s.
The whalers used to come in and use this as a rest and recreation area. And downside was they brought influenza and sort of the white man's diseases. And the population was about 8,000. Within like 6 months, it went down to 300. So about that time, the missionaries came in and they had penicillin and whatever else. They had good drugs. And of the 300 that was left, it was, they were fixed up. They were, given the proper medicine to carry them through. So it was very, very easy to convert 300 people. And so it went on from there. And the people of Kosrae now have not left what they were taught in the mid-1800s. So they still hold with the mid-1800s religion, which is no work Sunday, no cooking Sunday, no doing fishing, no diving, can't play sport. It's just a religious day. Everybody goes to church in the morning, comes home, has lunch, and about 3 or 4 o'clock they'll go back to church again. And that's the end of the day.
It's true what they say, everything on Kosrae closes down on a Sunday. You can't scuba dive or snorkel or anything, but that was actually one of the best days for me. It was basically a very, very relaxing day. I actually took my daughter Mackenzie for a long walk through the nearby village and just enjoyed ourselves, walking and looking at the scenery and being in a very relaxing and tranquil environment.
For all these lovely people on Kwajalein that's tired of the sand atoll, come and experience Kosrae. We have mountains, we have waterfalls, we have jungle. So please come over and visit soon. The warmth and hospitality of Kosrae is second to none.
From the island of Kosrae for Window on the Atoll, I'm Rich Feagler, AFN Kwajalein.